There was a young man who lived in a small village, and his peace was being destroyed by a single person. His neighbor was a bitter, angry old man who seemed to take pleasure in making the young man's life miserable. Every morning, as the young man walked to the fields, the neighbor would be waiting by the fence. "There goes the laziest man in the village," he would mutter loudly. "Thinks he's better than us. Look at how he walks, like a strutting rooster." And then he would spit on the ground. If the young man worked on repairing his roof, the neighbor would shout from his yard, "Fixing it wrong, just like everything else you do." If he laughed with friends, the neighbor would shake his head and say, "Nothing to be proud of, you fool." It was relentless. Day after day, week after week, the insults and the anger poured over the fence like a poison, seeping into the young man's soil. At first, the young man tried to ignore it. He told himself words were just words, but they weren't. They burrowed into his mind. He would lie awake at night, replaying the insults, thinking of clever retorts he wished he had said. He started to dread stepping outside. His work suffered. His smile faded. The poison was working, not because it was powerful, but because he was drinking it. Finally, in desperation, he decided to seek help. He traveled to a nearby monastery to visit a master known for his wisdom. He found the master tending a small garden. Without any greeting, the young man poured out his story, his voice trembling with years of pent-up frustration. "He calls me names every single day," the young man said. "He mocks me. He spits in my direction. He fills my life with his anger. And I don't know how to stop him. I don't know how to stop it from hurting me." The master listened in silence. He did not offer sympathy or advice. He simply nodded and said, "Wait here." He disappeared into his small hut. A few moments later, he returned, carrying something behind his back. He walked up to the young man and presented it to him. It was a gift box. Not just any box, but a beautiful one, carved from dark wood, inlaid with mother of pearl, tied with a silk ribbon. It was the kind of box you would expect to hold a precious jewel or a love letter. The young man was confused. "What is this?" he asked. "It is a gift," the master said calmly. "I have prepared it especially for you. Please take it." The young man hesitated, then reached out. The box was heavier than he expected. He untied the ribbon and lifted the lid. Instantly, a foul stench hit him. He gagged and recoiled. Inside the beautiful box was nothing but rotting garbage. Old food scraps, moldy rinds, things crawling with maggots. It was disgusting. The young man slammed the lid shut and thrust the box back toward the master, his face twisted in revulsion. "What is wrong with you?" he exclaimed. "Why would you give me this? I don't want this. Take it back." The master smiled gently and took the box. He held it in his own hands, the beautiful container holding the filth. "And why?" the master asked softly. "Do you refuse my gift?" "Because it's garbage," the young man sputtered. "It's rotting and foul. It has no value. I would never accept such a thing." The master nodded, his eyes kind but piercing. "Exactly," he said. "You refuse my gift because you see clearly that it is worthless and offensive. You do not feel obligated to accept it just because I offer it. You do not feel compelled to carry it with you just because I try to give it to you. You reject it, and it remains mine." He paused, letting the words land. "Every morning, your neighbor offers you a gift. He brings his anger, his bitterness, his insults, wrapped in words, and he holds it out to you across the fence. He wants you to take it. He wants you to carry it home, to open it, to let its stench fill your house and your mind. That is his goal." The young man stared at the master, the truth beginning to dawn on him like a sunrise. "But you," the master continued, "you have a choice. You have always had a choice. You can reach out your hands, accept his gift, and spend your nights with that rot. Or you can simply refuse to accept it. You can look at the anger he offers and say, "No, that belongs to you. I will not carry it for you." If you do not accept the gift, it still belongs to the giver. His anger remains his. His poison remains in his own cup. You do not have to drink. The young man felt a weight he hadn't even known he was carrying begin to lift from his shoulders. He had been so busy fighting the neighbor, so busy defending himself, that he never realized he was participating in the transaction. He was reaching out and taking the garbage every single day. He returned to his village. The next morning, the neighbor was there at the fence, as predictable as the sunrise. "Well, well," the neighbor sneered. "Look who finally decided to show his useless face." The young man looked at him. He saw the man's red face, his clenched jaw, the unhappiness etched into every line. He saw the beautiful, rotten gift being offered, and he simply smiled, nodded politely, and kept walking. He did not take it. He left the neighbor standing there, holding his own anger, alone with his own poison. And for the first time in years, the young man's heart was light.